I should probably start talking now because, this stream is going to be a shorter one. Because I don't have D&D tomorrow. I have it tonight because we moved it to a different day because we had to. So, kind of threw off my stream schedule a little. I guess I technically could have been like, all right, guys, I'm streaming tomorrow, but I figured I'd just still stream today, just because I hyped up this stream, so I figured, whatever, I'll just do it today. We'll go for like 2 hours, and then I'll just come back on Saturday, or tomorrow. I mean, maybe I could do something tomorrow, but who knows? Who knows? Maybe. Let's get this bread. Hell yeah! What the? Oh, it actually transferred over to this screen too. Okay, so the reason why I look like this is because I was setting up on a different screen. And apparently the opacity carried over to this one, so that's awkward, huh? Why are you a PNG? I mean, I'm a moving PNG, I guess, but let me just put it back up. I just put it back up. So hey, it's Never Ever, and welcome to a brand new stream and a brand new day. I was transparent because I was working on a scary story reading screen. Well, I had one before when I did this, but I was doing it again because I got rid of it before. But it's back. It's back. I have another one. But how are you doing, Gab? You doing good? I hope everyone else is doing great too today on this fantastic Thursday. I'm only gonna be going for 2 hours. So let's make the time that we have great, let's make the time that we have great. I'm going to be trying to voice act today. I'm going to be trying to do some ASMR stuff, some light reading. We're doing some light horror reading today from Reddit, so should be fun. Should be fun time. Excited as fork. Do you like stories, Gab? Actually, you were here when I did the scary story stuff before, right? Did you probably enjoyed that? I think everyone did kind of enjoy that, but I haven't done it in a while, so I get to do it now. You do like stories? Well, today should be fun then. Today should be a great time for you. We're gonna be doing a bunch of scary stories today, probably. We'll see. We'll see. So, I mean, I'll have you choose the stories I read since I have 3 Reddits pulled up. I have r/short scary stories, r/scary stories, and r/true scary stories, which I guess are, I mean, they're supposed to be real. So we'll see how that goes. We'll see. They're real. They're real stories. I remember last time we only went to one subreddit because we had so much content out of it. This time, we'll see. We'll see how far that goes. We'll just have to see how far it goes. But anyway. I guess I should move on to the other screen, huh? You want to see what the other screen looks like? Bam! It's like basically the same. Chat's just smaller. There's a different background back there for this one. And then I also have a way of showing my screen here, which I can show. I have boop. Here we go. Reddit stories on r/just short scary stories. It's right here. Literally, I had to redo this to show off part of my screen, but yes, I have this here now. So there you go. I also have a spooky music tab, I think, in the background. So let me grab that really quick because there we go. We have music to set the mood. Oh. I probably have to loop the video. Let me loop it really quick. There we go. Because I think it's only an hour or so. And now, to set the mood properly, I need to do the thing I did before. Which was turn down the opacity of myself. Oh, I'm gone! Oh! I'm gone! Where did I have it set to? I think it was like here. I think it was like here. What the? What are you doing? Oh my god. Why are you raiding? Right? I just started stream. OMG, hi, I'm raiding. What the? Jolly Bean. Whoa.
Jolly Belmo, Jolly Belmo, Jolly Belmo, Jolly Belmo.
What the? What is going on right now? What the heck? Hi, hello, hey everyone. I guess I should put away the Reddit stories thing right now. Hi, my name's Julian. I can't get overwhelmed. Yeah, what the heck? No, I'll put it down for a second. It'll be back. Don't you worry. It'll be back. I just need to give you a quick shout out, really quick, to Jollybean. There you go. You're playing Honkai Star Rail. But yes, how was that? How was that? But yeah, my name is Julian. I run a channel called Never Ever Gaming where I hang out and do stuff. That's pretty much it. I just hang out and do stuff. I do whatever I feel like doing. That's kind of my life. That's kind of what I do. That's kind of everything I'm about here. I need to put this behind the alert box. That would be a good idea, I think. I had to move the Reddit stories thing. You actually gave me that, so I appreciate that. The rise and grind in Gacha Land, but it's good. Yeah, that's fair. It is a very rise and grind type game, isn't it? He plays My Little Pony and Peppa Pig games. That was yesterday, Gab, and that was a one-time thing. It's never happening again. I played a My Little Pony game yesterday and a Peppa Pig game. That did happen. I don't know why you had to reference it like that, but it did happen. That the scary music in the background's throwing off my whole vibe right now. All the more reason to tune in. I mean, hey, I guess if you really want to, I guess if you really like that, then sure. But yes, this is my background for today. Let me pop back up the. I guess you're here because you want to listen to some scary stories. So I guess let's read something really fast, huh? Let's get to it. Where's my Reddit stories thing? Here it is. Boop. We're back. I'm on r/short scary stories. Oh god, do I have to move this back here too? I probably do. Hold on. I'm gonna be moving a bunch of my stuff to like just make sure all of this looks proper. Okay, I have to move myself behind it. There you go. Yo, Dig, what's up? Hope you're doing well, Never Ever Gaming. I'm doing great. As you can tell, I'm in space. Everything looks very evil right now, which is the best part. So I'm doing great right now. He's popping big baby bottles. What does that mean? What do you say? I swear Julian should start his kids' games career. Excuse me. What are you guys talking about? What the hell? Just a quick hello. Got to get ready for work. Well, you get ready for work, Dig. Thank you for being here and thank you for supporting. All right. Julian stealing their parents' credit card. Wait, what? Kids stealing their parents' credit card. Okay, I'm changing my mic up, guys. This is too much. You guys are being wacky right now. We're gonna need to tone this down. Should I go into ASMR mode for this? I'm gonna read the first one. I adopted a retired police dog because that seems fair. This seems like a fair one. It's from Forgotten Well. Is that who made this one? I assume that's the case here. So. We'll just read it. We'll start from here. No refunds too. Well, that part is true. There is no refunds. I need a kid to send. Wait, you need a kid to send Julian 2,000 beans? What the? What the hell? I must lurk, but I'll be listening to the sweet, sweet sounds of Julian's voice. That is not. You don't mean that. You don't mean that. My voice is not sweet, but thank you. Thank you so much for the raid. Thank you for supporting me all the time. And I'm happy you could be here. Okay, I'm happy. Let me switch my noise gate really quick so that we can really get into the atmosphere of the spookiness, okay? I switched my noise gate. We're technically in ASMR mode now, so be prepared, all right? I'll read this in my regular tone first, I guess. I can't see Julian. I'm so afraid right now. You can literally see me. I'm literally right here. I'm literally right in front of you. Anyway. I adopted a retired police dog. Oh my god, where is he? Okay. Rocky is the sweetest little angel. At the shelter, he didn't bark even once. Just smiled at me. Driving home, I texted my husband. On our way. Not sold on the name Rocky. I was thinking Sergeant Bark. What the? You can't fart in the middle of a story, Gab. Oh my god, I'm trying to set the tone here, okay? I'm trying to set the tone. Babe? Wait, babe? What? For the name, babe. Because he's a pig. Get it? A pig. Like a police? Is that the joke? Is that what the joke is? I entered our home, ready to scold my husband for suggesting such a mean name, but he wasn't home. Where are you? I messaged him. Work. Almost done. Thought the office was closed on Sundays. Catching up on paperwork. We'll be home soon. Another reason I wanted a dog. My husband has been working all the time lately. Odd hours. Sometimes late at night. I gave Rocky a tour of our home. I showed him his kennel and the toys I bought him. I could see the happiness in his eyes. When my husband got home, I excitedly brought our new dog to show him. Rocky became agitated. He barked loudly at my husband and tried to dig his paws into my husband's legs. I restrained Rocky. He never acted like this, I swear. Honey, I just went to the dispensary. There's weed in my pocket. Oh. He thinks he's solving a crime. This isn't gonna work. What do you mean? We can't have him barking his head off every time I want to smoke a little weed. I'll put him in the backyard. I led Rocky to the back door and let him out. Honey, I know you want a dog, but maybe not a retired police dog. How about tomorrow we bring him back to the shelter before he gets too attached and get a puppy? But he's so perfect. I won't have a dog barking at me every time I want to smoke, okay? That's final. Tomorrow, we'll pick up a different dog. My husband stormed up the stairs. I held back tears. I loved Rocky so much, and I couldn't cross my husband. He had a horrible temper. I called the shelter to tell them the bad news. I'm sorry, I knew it would have been funny. Oh my god. I called the shelter to tell them the bad news. We're gonna need to pick out another dog. We just can't have a retired drug-sniffing dog. Rocky wasn't a drug-sniffing dog. He told me he was a police dog. Rocky was a cadaver dog. I looked outside and saw Rocky digging furiously and barking. Ooh, that husband was a murderer. Ooh, intriguing. I didn't scroll down enough for you guys to see the bottom, by the way. The husband is a dead baby. What the hell? No, the husband is a murderer. That's the thing. Very spooky indeed. I feel like that was kind of weak from my perspective. There's a Christmas one. Oh no. Is this an abuse related one? I guess trigger warning for everyone who's watching, but because we're reading horror stories, there's probably going to be a lot of abuse type things. So that's just kind of the nature of the beast, I think, when it comes to these types of stories. But I shouldn't be a police officer. Do you want to be a police officer? Is that what something you want? Is that something you want, Gab? All right. Let's keep reading. I'm gonna have to figure out like how far I need to scroll this before. Oh, I'm gonna have to scroll like hella far. Damn, dude. It's like halfway through the. Oh, okay. I can kind of get that. Okay, so it's like right here. Okay, yeah, I got it. No, I didn't get the cadaver thing immediately. Gotcha. You're like, I shouldn't be a police officer because I do not know how to solve crimes. I cannot think of the details. Also, I think I forgot to say this earlier, but also thank you, Jillian. Did you also resub too? I didn't even notice that. That's crazy. It only showed up it only showed the raid, but not the resub until just now. But thank you for that too. I don't know how I missed that. Jeez. All right, let's continue. Should I read this in my YouTube spooky voice? Because I have a YouTube spooky voice that I can do. Yeah, that voice. You know the one I do for horror videos. Santa's supposed to wear red. That's the voice. That's the one. I could add reverb onto me too. You know, I just realized that I never put reverb on. Should I have reverb for this? Hello. Does reverb work? Should I do reverb or should I not do reverb? I don't know actually. I feel like reverb is kind of good for like a horror feel, you know? A little bit. Santa's supposed to wear red. After an hour of screaming at Mommy, Daddy finally tired out and stumbled to bed so he could pass out. He was mad he had to work on Christmas Eve, and when Daddy gets mad, he drinks. Mommy made sure to come and tuck me in. Even though she was still crying through swollen eyes, she gave me a kiss, said, "Merry Christmas, sweetie," and went to bed herself. With both of them asleep, the coast was finally clear for me to sneak down to the Christmas tree. A jet outside? Interesting. This was the year I was finally gonna meet Santa. I sat down in the recliner in front of the Christmas tree and I waited. I tried to keep my eyes open for as long as I could, but it was getting late, so I decided to rest my eyes just for a second. Thank you for that, Gap. Thank you. I don't think I ever reset that from the last time, but it's okay. I woke up to a chill in the air. Was it Santa coming in from the cold? Only I didn't see Santa. Instead, a tall guy cloaked from head to toe in black was standing in front of the fireplace. "Santa?" I said. "Is that you?" "Oh?" He turned around. "You weren't supposed to see me." I rubbed the sleepies out of my eyes to make sure I was seeing him right. I thought Santa was supposed to wear red. "Well," the cloaked figure said, "so many children have cell phones these days, so I have to wear black instead. That way it's harder to see me at night." I suppose that made sense. I didn't have a phone, but half of my friends in the 3rd grade do. "Where's your big sack of presents then?" I asked. "Up in my sleigh, of course. I'm getting old, and carrying all those presents hurts my knees. That's why Miss Claus gave me this funny walking stick." He had a soothing voice. Maybe this was Santa. "Santa, is it too late to tell you what I want for Christmas?" "There's no better time than the present," he paused. "Tell me, what is it that you desire? A cell phone of your own, perhaps?" "Nothing like that," I said. "This Christmas, or this year for Christmas, I just want my mom to be safe." "I'm not supposed to talk about this. Daddy made me swear I would never tell a single soul." "My dad, he hurts Mommy, and I want him gone. Please." "That's a very serious thing to ask. Are you absolutely sure?" "Make him go away." "Since you asked so nicely, I will grant your wish. Close your eyes, but when you wake up on Christmas morning, your mother will be safe forevermore." "Okay," I said, and closed my eyes. I didn't want to disobey Santa. The cloaked figure walks towards the stairs, and I took one last peek. I barely heard him speaking under his breath. I originally came here for the mother, but I can settle for the father. After all, what's Christmas without a little miracle? Hmm. Hmm. Was that death? Was that the? Is that the Grim Reaper? I guess. I guess it is the Grim Reaper because it's like cloaked man wearing all black. Is it like the Ghost of Christmas feature type deal? Like, that's kind of crazy. That's kind of wild. Okay. Also, this music's kind of going ham in the background, guys. This vibe is kind of nuts. Okay, that's a good volume, I think. I had to turn it down a little. Daddy beat up mommy, so good she died. What? So Daddy beat up mommy, so good she died. I think that's what that actually did mean, though. So I don't think you're wrong about that. I think that's literally what happened. That the Grim Reaper showed up and was just like, okay, I guess I'll take the dad instead. Which is kind of nuts, actually. It's a story that makes you think, doesn't it? Today is the 30th day I've been imprisoned in my own home. What the heck was that? What is happening right now? What's going on here? My computer just like flashed something in my eyes and I got really confused for a second what that was, and I have no idea what I just saw. Okay. Let's read it. Today is the 30th day I've been in prison. Or there's my boyfriend says he's innocent, and I believe him. And there's a Christmas morning one. And then there's an ad for Adobe. He's coming home. Received a security alert. Teacher's pet. There's actually a lot on here. Maybe I should read the... kind of want to go in order. So I'll just read today is the 30th day. Unless someone tells me something else that they might want. This is made by Feeling Sky 7775 on here. Today is the 30th day I've been imprisoned in my own home. I look over from our bed as my husband paces back and forth, visibly distressed. He does this every night. I've been stuck here for a month now, and I've stopped trying to ask for forgiveness, because I know it won't work anyway. It shouldn't have come to this, I hear him mutter. He can't stand to look in my direction. I know why I'm being held captive. I probably deserve it. I fucked up. I fucked up hard. I had an affair with my boss. It lasted 3 months before my husband saw the text. There was no denying it. They were quite explicit in nature. Of course, I got defensive, telling him that he wasn't meeting my needs and that I would be happier without him. I've never seen him so angry with me. That was the first time I felt threatened by him. I didn't know he was even capable of making me feel that way. I can't even tell you why I cheated. I don't even think I was attracted to the guy. I just needed an escape from reality. I've been miserable for so long. It was so easy to blame it on my husband. Now I can see that I was always the problem. I've ruined everything. I watch him as he continues to pace back and forth. He finally comes over at the bed. His eyes are a mixture of sadness and anger. He is still so angry with me. Why, Kathleen? Why? How could you do this to me? All I can do is stare. I've destroyed my family's lives. I wanted the easy way out. I wanted to end the misery. But now, I'm more miserable than ever. When I sat on this bed exactly a month ago, I thought I was finally going to be free. I can remember the stream of tears rolling down my face and the way my hands shook as I shoved the barrel of the gun up my throat. But moments after I pulled the trigger, I knew something was wrong. My soul lifted from my body. I could see myself from above as I lay lifeless on the bed, blood soaking our sheets, but I didn't feel free. I felt more trapped than ever. I've been stuck in this house ever since by some force of nature that wants to punish me for my sins. Now, every day, I have to watch my husband break down at night. I watch him drink his sorrows away and drown his screams in the shower. I watch my daughter ask if mommy is coming back. Too little to understand what mommy did to herself. She asks if I'm angry with her. I watch my disabled mother stumble around the house as she struggles to care for my child. I am imprisoned in this house to atone, my soul condemned to witness the pain I've inflicted on my family. Damn, dude. Damn. Crazy. This feels like an audiobook. You hear the voice inside my head as I read along. That is such a terrible thing to happen. Yeah, that one's fucked up. Dude. Jeez. That one is fucked up. God damn. Jeez. Ooh. I like how fucked up that one was, though. It was like, ooh, gave me chills a little bit reading that one. Honestly. Nuts. Oh, this one's a lot shorter than the other ones, actually. Made by C. Benson 1273 on Reddit. I can almost fit the entire story in here, but not quite. I'm glad I can be your audiobook for this experience. I just realized there's like a lot of these are like women protagonists, which is kind of interesting. I don't know why that is, but it's kind of interesting, huh? I guess women are just a catalyst for horror on Reddit, interestingly. My boyfriend says he's innocent, and I believe him. Just to get it out of the way, yes, my boyfriend is in jail. No, I am not one of those pathetic women who settles for an inmate because she can't get a real man. But when I saw John's story on television, I knew I had to reach out. We had a connection. It was strange at first, sending a letter to a man I'd never spoken to, but we started with introductions. I told him about myself and my family, and he did the same, and eventually we developed a relationship. He even realized that we'd met once before, though we never spoke at the time. Soon, I began looking forward to his letters, opening each one with the excitement of a child at Christmas. In his letters, he told me his story, how he grew up in a middle-class family, went to college on a partial scholarship and studied marketing, got a sales job that let him travel the country. Coincidentally, you may remember from the popular podcast, by the way, that's how the police caught him. The bodies of the girls were found in locations that lined up with places he'd traveled for work. That and accounts of witnesses who saw them together were enough for the jury to convict. But he swears he didn't kill those girls, and I believe him. I know how that sounds, but he's not the type of person who would hurt anyone. In his letters, he opened up to me, and I saw his beautiful soul. He told me how amazing it was he found a kind, beautiful girl who would see through the news reports to who he really was. No one has ever called me beautiful before, but I sent a picture, and he said he could see from my smile how special I was. He said that he'd prove his innocence, and that when he got out, we could be together, and I know we will. It's hard being with him sometimes. My friends say the right things, but I can feel them judging me. What kind of person would give up everything for a long-distance relationship with a man who likely won't get out of prison for decades? What kind of life is that? But they don't understand. John is an amazing man. He's handsome, smart, and funny. He remembers my birthday and asks about my family. He's the kind of man women throw themselves at, and he chose me. I know in my heart that we're meant to be together, and I couldn't say that if I thought he was a murderer. So how could he have possibly killed these women? It's not like they could die twice. So so she's the murderer, right? That's what I'm gathering from that, huh? That's women, man. Hey, Eunice, how's it going? Oh boy, yeah. More women as the main characters. There's women everywhere in these stories, man. But yeah, I think she was the murderer. I think that's what the implication is here. But they pinned him, I guess. That's interesting. She's the one who did it? Yeah, I know. How do you kill people long distance? She's got a crazy sniper rifle for that shit, honestly. Sit cap to jail party, excuse me. What the? We're gonna skip the Christmas one this time. And we're gonna skip the Adobe ad too, unless you really wanna read an Adobe ad. He's coming home. This is all about husbands. I want to skip that one. I'm skipping the husband one. We received a security alert. Let's read this one from Feeling Sky 7775. We'll do this one. There's too many ones. Hey, how's it going? Adobe ad is the scariest. What do you mean? Yo, what's up? How's it going? How's it going, Lappy? How you doing? Hoshino Laplace, by the way, for everyone who doesn't know, is a wonderful VTuber who plays many fighting games. But I'm shocked to see you in chat. Hi, how's it going? How you doing? Doing a little bit of horror reading right now, so welcome. How's it going? Glad I could finally stop by. I'm glad you could stop by too. Isn't it like 5 a.m. your time? What do you? Well, I guess you don't sleep. I do know this about you. Give us the spooks. I will. Thank you for the follow. Oh, wait, you can't see my thumb. I will. Thank you for the follow. Let's read this story. Let's scroll down slightly here. We received a security alert. Perfect time for scary stories. It honestly really is, yeah. Hello? Who's this? Am I speaking with June Hirsch? This is Shane with Satellite Security. Our system is showing that your alarm went off at approximately 9:06 p.m. Our sensor detected your right kitchen window was opened externally. Can you confirm if you're safe, ma'am? We will alert the police with your authorization. What? There must be a mistake. I'm sitting right in the kitchen now. There's no alarm, and my window is closed and locked. I don't want to waste their time, and I've been in here for over an hour and a half. A hour, that's literally what I just said. Yes, ma'am. I apologize for the inconvenience. Although uncommon, it is a possibility that sensors can send off faulty alarms. Our first recommendation is to reboot the system. June walked toward the control panel and pressed it until it powered down. Okay. Give the system about 5 minutes before rebooting. If this happens again, please contact customer service and request a technician visit. Thank you and have a nice day. Grayson hung up the phone. He peeked through the back door window as June walked away from the control panel and up the stairs. He smirked. It had taken him months to find her number and address after she left him. He gripped the hammer and struck the corner of the window until it shattered, reached through and unlocked the door. He listened closely and smiled. No alarm. What a man. What a man, dude. Are you kidding me? I knew where this was going immediately, though. That was kind of an easy story to pick out. That was a simple one. We'll do the teacher's pet one. Teacher's pet might be fun to do. That was way too. What is the first sentence of this story, dude? Outplayed, literally though. That was a skill issue there for that lady. They can tell if a window was open from the outside. Okay, not to give away all of the secrets of my alarm system in my house. Okay, but I'm pretty sure the way it works is that they can tell if your window is opened in general. I mean, if your alarm's on, chances are it's going to be open from the outside. But yeah, I mean, they do call you like that. My alarm actually went off for no reason one time. I think my fire alarm went off for some reason, like randomly when we were out of the house, which was wild. It was actually kind of spooky, but in general I get, but the outside is such a stretch. Yeah, it is. It is. And what can I say? The lady in the story, she did get outplayed. That's how it is. So this is made by original local. How do I pronounce it? Whatever. Teacher's Pet. That's what we're gonna do. That's what we're gonna do. What is soggy money? Dude, I read low. Okay, I'm not gonna read the story. This is gonna be a goofy one, I feel like, but whatever. Everybody hated Colin O'Mara. One time we were making Soggy Moggy's wedding toilet paper. What the fuck is that? And throwing it at the ceiling. And he came waddling into the toilet and ran straight to get Mr. Driscoll. Well, that landed us all in detention. Every day he brought in a shining red apple, put it on Mr. Driscoll's desk, and received a pat on the head like a good little boy. And all the teachers felt sorry for Colin because he had something wrong with him. When he was a small kid, he tried to catch a rugby ball, and it had hit him in the face. He had one eye blue and one eye brown, heterochromia, I think they call it. Mr. Driscoll gave me the creeps. He wore a black suit like an undertaker and slapped down his black hair in a center parting with so much wax it looked plastic. He had his merit chart on the wall, all of our pictures up there, and the person who got the most got to pick the name of the new class hamster at Christmas. Of course, Colin won, and he picked Mr. Fudge because Colin liked fudge. Anyways, just before Christmas, Colin went missing, his chubby cheeks all over the news. He'd stayed behind after class one day and vanished on his way home. Well, we had to stay for a special assembly, and they brought in grief counselors. But as horrible as it is to say, nobody really missed Colin that much. After Christmas, we had to study for our exams, and I really knuckled down. Mr. Driscoll said he was pleasantly surprised by the improvement, and then the other kids started calling me teacher's pet. We got our new class hamster after Christmas too, and we honored Colin in a small way by keeping the name Mr. Fudge. One night, Mr. Driscoll asked me to stay behind. You know, William, if you keep this up, you'll get to name the new hamster after the spring term. He took Mr. Fudge from the cage and held him a little too tight for my liking. Thank you, sir. Would you like to play with Mr. Fudge? I hesitated, but it seemed like an order more than a question. I could feel Mr. Fudge's belly rolls between my fingers, his heart beating so fast it was one continuous motion. And then I looked into his tiny eyes, and it was the scariest thing I ever saw. One was blue, and the other was brown. And don't listen to the other children, Mr. Driscoll said, in that drawling way of his. There's nothing shameful about being the teacher's pet. Whoa, 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 whoa. What the hell? He turned the child into a hamster? What the hell kind of black magic is Mr. Driscoll on right now, dude? That's crazy. Also, yo, Zion, what's up? How's it going? Sorry I couldn't read your chat right away, but that was. I kind of liked that story. That was kind of interesting. I kind of like the, weird magic angle. I don't know how you would describe it. Magic? I mean, I guess it's magic. I don't know. Wait, is this page working right now? The question marks. It's fair. I'd like to be a hamster. I don't think I'd like to be a hamster, I'll be honest with you. I don't know. I don't know about that one. What? Yeah, I don't know. He made a I'm gonna question Mr. Driscoll's motives here for this. Why is this broken right now? I think this literally broke. Hold on, let me take off the Reddit stories really quick to fix this issue. This will be very quick, everyone, so it'll be very fast. Do you like the background? The cool background. I found it. It's actually pretty fun. All right. We're back. I opened it back up. Boop. That was quick. I don't know why it broke, but here we are. Christmas morning. Oh, great. Now it's a Kick streaming ad. Fantastic. Personally, I would have turned Colin into $1 million, but that's just me. True. Mr. Driscoll's messing up. If you got that type of black magic, turn him into money. Turn the kid into money. Let's be honest here. That's more worth than that kid's ever gonna have at that point. Okay. Not to be mean or anything, but $1 million is so real. True. I agree with that 100%. I understand love spells. Let's get the money spell. Amen to that, sister. Dude, I agree with that 100%. Who needs love when you have $1 million? When I was 13 years old, I saw Mysteries with Friends, but the one and only. This is about twin hatred. It's probably about twin hatred. I want to see one that's not like, okay, this one might be messed up too, so of course let's read it, Let's read it. If someone loves you, you can sell them to organs. Wait, do you mean like sell their organs? Is that what you're saying? I don't know about that. Well, I think magic is a little better than selling organs, But just turn them into money. I have an aunt that knows witchcraft, okay? I brought this up yesterday, but I have an aunt that's a Wiccan, okay? Well, she doesn't call herself that. I said that too, but, whatever. I'll just hit her up and go like, yo, auntie, I need you to cast a curse on someone. Oh my God, why would you do that? It scared the hell out of me, dude. This is made by C. Benson 1273. One and only. I'll read this one too. There, I said, oh wait, I literally skipped the first line. I hate my twin brother. There, I said it. I know you may be shocked. How can you hate someone who was literally created with you? Who has been with you your entire life? Trust me, you can. I know how he steals so much of my mother's attention, or I hate how he steals so much of my mother's attention. Every minute I want to spend with her, he's there, taking away her time, her attention, her affection. Every time I eat, he's there. Every time I sleep, he's there. Every time she sings to me, he's there. You have no idea how much I long for my own space, my own life, but it just isn't possible. And my father is just as bad. He spends time with me, but it's never just him and me. We always have to do everything together. There's only so much family time one can take. Don't get me wrong, my parents are good people. Hell, they're literally the only reason I exist. And it isn't like they're choosing him over me. They do everything possible to show us that they love us both equally. And though they're doing their best under circumstances they weren't really prepared for, I get that space is limited and money is an issue. And I know having two of us doesn't make it any easier, though they would never complain. Where they thought, wait, they would never complain where they thought we could hear. I don't, that sentence is so badly written, dude. Whatever. I don't blame them, I blame him. But what choice do I have? I can't expect them to turn their backs on him. They aren't those kinds of people. They love us both too much. I know they'd do anything they could to protect us both. But that's the problem. I don't want them to protect us both. My whole life has been like this, and if I don't do something, I know the rest of my life will be the same. Compromising, giving things up, always having to share my parents' love and affection, to share everything. I don't want to share, so I'm going to make sure I don't have to. I can feel you judging me, asking what kind of person would even contemplate this. Well, screw you. You don't live my life, and you don't know what I've been through. It's been months of this, and it shows no signs of ending anytime soon. So I'm ending it. I've thought this through, and I have a plan. It's guaranteed to work, and if I do it correctly, no one will ever suspect me. I know my parents will grieve for a while, but eventually, they'll move past it and see that the three of us are all we need, all we ever needed. So I act. A quick turn, a subtle shift, and then I wait. A few minutes, and it's over. And then there was one. It's amazing what an umbilical cord around the neck will do. Murder in the womb? What the hell? What the hell kind of baby? Baby side is that? Excuse me? What the hell? Huh? Okay, alright. Baby murder, okay, well. Everyone gets to be a murderer. Everyone gets to be a murderer these days, man. Damn, yeah. Crazy. You know, I had a feeling that might be the case. I gave that baby a really, aggressive tone, but it felt very aggressive. I'm a baby, goo goo gaga, I hate you. That's literally the tone of that entire story. The day Death died. Interesting. Huh. 4 steps to keep your girlfriend forever. That one was hungry. I guess he was a little too hungry in that case. Because he wanted the food so bad that he was just like, screw your brother, this is all mine, and then wrap the umbilical cord up. Should we do the 4 steps to keeping your girlfriend forever? That one seems fucked up, but I kind of want to do it. We had this is wow, this is a long one. Oh my god. Okay, let's do this one. Let's do it. Goo goo gaga's goo goo gaga, prepare to die. Like it's a Souls-like game or something. Forgotten Well made this one. 4 steps to keep your girlfriend forever. Step 1. It's the little things. Start small. You move her toothbrush from the spot she always leaves it in. When she charges her phone, you unplug it when she's not looking. Your favorite, opening the window in the bedroom. I almost said the bathroom, what the hell? In the bedroom. When she asks why you did that. Deny everything. Gaslight, gatekeep. I guess it could be girl boss for this too. You never open the window. She'll start to get paranoid. She'll start to feel like she's going crazy. This is exactly what you want. Step 2, all about loyalty. You start leaving letters in the mailboxes addressed to her. They say, I love you, Lexi. I need to be with you. You leave no trace as to who could be sending them. You make anonymous Facebooks and Instagrams They message her. Saw you getting home today. You looked so gorgeous. Now she thinks there's a stalker. Remember what your father told you. A scared woman is a loyal woman. Sure, he beat your mom, but you're not like him. You're smarter, less cruel. Remember what your father told you. Wait, I literally read this. Oh my God, I'm so bad at reading. I'm so sorry, guys. You reassure your girlfriend. Nothing will hurt her. You'll protect her. You even buy a pistol and leave it in the bedroom. You show her it's loaded to prove you mean business. Oh, you're threatening her with the gun. Oh, Jesus, dude. Guys, don't follow this advice. I'm kidding. All right, I'll head out now. Have fun with the spooky stories. I will. Thank you, Zion, for being here. Step 3. Show your worth. You pay your best friend $100 to dress in all black and a ski mask. He's waiting outside your bedroom window. You've explained to him the plan. Once your girlfriend gets out of the shower and is alone in the bedroom, you'll text him the signal. The window is open, and he'll open it and climb in. She'll be so scared, she'll scream bloody murder. That's when you'll run into the room and grab the gun and scare him off. A traumatic experience that will make her dependent on you for life. She'll never leave you. You'll be her savior. Step 4. Expect the unexpected. You text your friend the signal. Prepare to be the hero. But you don't hear your girlfriend scream. Instead, you hear gunshots. You run into the bedroom and see your best friend dying on the floor. You didn't know that much blood could come out of a person. Your girlfriend has lifted his ski mask. He points at you and barely gets out. He made me do it. Now she points the gun at your head. I'm gonna ask you a question, she says, and I need you to be honest. My toothbrush, the letters, the messages, this whole time, has it been you? Don't panic. Remember what your father told you. Women love to be lied to. Babe, I would never do that. She lowers the gun from your head to your stomach, and then a bit lower. I hate being lied to, she says. She empties the clip. Oh shit, she fucking got his ass, dude. God damn. That's a horror story with a good ending. She was playing 5D chess, she really did. She kept a mental note of that gun. She was like, all right, step 2, you got a gun there? Okay, I'll keep that in mind. And then she lit his ass up at the end, dude. She killed the friend and him. That's crazy. Good for her, honestly. Good for Lexi. New year, new me. This might be a funny one to read. It is 2024 now, so let's read New Year, New Me. Went to make some tea. What I miss? You missed guy being abusive to his girlfriend, and girlfriend gets revenge by killing him. That was the spark notes for that story. So there you go. But I liked that story. That was a good one. It had a murderer protagonist for that too. Slade, honestly. I agree. Definitely Slade. Blood of the Forest made this one. New year, new me. ID, the barman told the redhead who approached. Seriously? They got me caught serving underage. They caught serving underage recently, I told the stranger after she'd flashed her ID. And your photo can't be as bad as mine. I whipped the driver's license out of my bag and showed her. Wait, why would you show her your driver's license? It's fine, she told me, and showed me her own. Mine's a mess. I looked it over and then returned it. Well, I'm glad you look less blurry in person. You here alone? I asked. I knew the answer, though. I am now. My roommate is away until the 3rd, so I came with some work friends, but then they wanted to leave for that club down the road. Like they'll even get in on New Year's Eve. The red in her hair was unnatural, but really suited her. I found my hand drifting up to my equally fake blonde hair and wondering if it would suit me too. I actually got stood up, I told my new friend. Rebecca's face filled with sympathy. She called the bartender over to order us both shots. No, I can't, I said, after the order had been placed. I drove here, and I have to be up early tomorrow to help my parents with something. Just like that, I'd established myself as reliable and helpful. Rebecca downed both shots when they came. We talked until after midnight. She fumbled with her phone, and when it was time to head home. No battery. Can I borrow yours to call an Uber? On New Year's? That'll take forever. I can just drive you back. I helped her into the back of my car, and then with fluid, practiced motions, I committed my resolution. The knife left my bag and plunged into her neck. Then I shoved her into the car and closed the door. I waited for the thrashing to stop to get into the driver's seat. I grabbed Rebecca's purse and searched it thoroughly. I dipped into it before when she'd been out to the toilet, turning her phone's torch on to drain the battery and searching her wallet for any membership cards, to mention the same place as common ground. I decided to head to her empty home. Ideally, I would live her life there, but of course, whilst I was able to look enough like her to match the low-quality ID photos, I wouldn't fool her friends and family. So Rebecca would have to text her roommate that a cousin he hadn't heard of was having some sort of emergency, and she needed to leave. Then, like the other women before her, she'll go traveling and get an unexpected transfer at work. Some people decide to begin one new thing for their resolution, but I become an entirely new person every year. It's exhilarating. My fingers brushed a lipstick in Rebecca's purse, and with a smile, I applied it in the rear view mirror. I think I'm going to like this one. Interesting. Okay. Just swap the face, swap the makeup, sure, okay. Why not? All these women should be put in a battle royale. Which one comes on top? Well, I mean, in that case, the woman got stabbed in the neck, but, there's a lot of... The woman with the gun and, the boyfriend story, that, had to keep your girlfriend forever, that lady would win. That's my number one pick. I think there was another woman who did pretty good earlier, too, but the Forgetting Room. That sounds like an interesting one to me. Should I move on to another one of these? Because I do have a few other ones. I have r/scary stories as one, but I also have r/true scary stories, which is probably going to be the scariest one because of, the fact that it's supposed to be real scary stories, It's supposed to be real scary stories, but it's Reddit, so, you never know. You never know how scary it actually is. Maybe we'll read one more of the short scary stories one, and then we'll go to true scary stories, and we'll see how it goes. We'll do the Forgetting Room. We'll see how it goes. We love when women exist. We sure do love when women exist. Shout out to all the women out there. You're doing God's work. All of you should go into a battle royale right now and see who's on top. And then whoever's on top, force all the men to go into a battle royale and see who's on top. And then force all the non-binary people into a battle royale, see who's on top. Everyone needs to be in a battle royale. And then everyone who survives their battle royale experiences will all come together, and then you'll have a battle royale at the end. And then we'll see who's on top. Nog loves women. Women approved. Yes, of course. Of course. And then they'll be champion of the world. This is made by KG Lewis. The Forgetting Room. There we go. I ran behind Jody, following her into the bathroom at the end of the hall. Once both of us were safely inside, I slammed the door shut and pressed my back against it. As I stood there, panting, trying to calm my racing heart, a wave of dizziness came over me. When it passed, I realized I had no idea where I was or why I was there. "Where are we?" Jody asked. Apparently she couldn't remember either. I looked around the dirty and dilapidated bathroom, hoping I might remember something, but nothing came to mind. I have no idea. It was clear that the bathroom hadn't been used in years, if not decades. Most of the paint had long peeled off the walls. The mirror that once hung over the sink now lay in pieces on the floor, and all the fixtures were covered in rust and grime. "I don't like it here," Jody said. "Neither do I admitted. "Then let's get the fuck out of here." She nodded at the door behind me. I turned around and pulled the door open, revealing a familiar-looking hallway. As soon as I stepped out of the bathroom, my memory returned. "We're in the Shadburn house," I blurted out. Jody and I had entered the old abandoned house on a dare. "How long have we been here?" Jody was looking at the dawn light shining through the gable window. Dude, I've never heard of a gable window. I'm too young to hear this, huh? What is this? There's a lot of British people in this subreddit, so maybe it's a British thing, or maybe it's just a thing, and I don't know. It's probably some like technical name for it, whatever. It shouldn't be that early. It was only 10 p.m. when we went into the house, and as far as I was aware, we hadn't been inside that long. "Too long," I replied. "Let's get out of here." I ran for the stairs, but didn't make it very far before a shadowy apparition stepped out of a nearby doorway, blocking my path. Go back, I yelled. When I turned around, I saw Jody running back towards the bathroom. I quickly followed her, slamming the bathroom door shut behind me once I was safely inside. As I stood there panting, trying to calm my racing heart, a wave of dizziness came over me. When it passed, I realized I had no idea where I was or why I was there. "Where are we?" Jody asked. Here's the autopsy report on those 2 teens you found in the Shadburn house. The medical examiner handed the detective the report. Organ failure due to acute dehydration. The detective read the cause of death out loud. How's that possible? They were locked in the house. Why'd they stay there if they could have left any time they wanted? I can only tell you how they died, the medical examiner replied. The why is for you to find out. Well, that mystery's never getting solved. That's a pretty funny story. Like when you think about it, like Scooby-Doo style, it's like, oh my god, a ghost! And then they like skedaddle to the bathroom, close the door, and they're like, why are we here? Then they open it back up and they're like, oh my god, a ghost! And then they run back to the bathroom. That's literally what they did forever until they died in that story. Interesting though, interesting. I'm glad that one at least had like a different premise behind it. I kind of like that one. Let's go to true scary stories. This one should be very interesting because these are supposed to be real. So let's see how these turn out. 8 days ago. This is the top from a month, by the way. I feel like short scary stories, I guess, is more poppin' than these other ones, but And we'll try it. We'll try it. Hopefully, there's nothing awful about these. uh, we'll see how terrible these are. uh, okay. Let's see here. I think this can actually fit the entire story. This is by OK Living 4910. I probably don't need to do a crazy voice for this one, considering it's like just a story, but you know, whatever. Like it's just someone's like real life account, but I'll still probably read it like that, you know, whatever. I work in a haunted house. Literally. They work in a haunted mansion. This will be interesting to read then. I'm a behavioral health technician. I got a new job back in September at what's considered a luxury drug and alcohol rehab facility. The facility is a huge mansion that on the outside looks like a mix of the bank's Bel Air mansion on Fresh Prince or a mini White House. It's 3 levels, has 13 rooms that all have private bathrooms with jacuzzi tubs. There's a gym, 3 living rooms, a huge commercial kitchen. This music is distracting me so hard. What is this music right now, dude? No, we're skipping. What is this? You can't ruin my vibes like that, dude. What the hell? All right. A ballroom, yoga studio, doctor's office, a huge garden, and an elevator. Do mansions really have that much in them? My first week, I had 2 clients tell me it's haunted, and I laughed it off. My schedule is 11 p.m. to 7:30 a.m. So the majority of the time, all of the clients are asleep, and it's just me and a nurse in this huge house, so it's so quiet. My office is on the 2nd floor, nurse's office along with the kitchen, and a huge pantry are on the 1st floor. The pantry is locked at all times, and the nurse has the key. A couple weeks ago, the nurse came stomping up the stairs, yelling at me, saying I scared her hiding in the pantry. I'm lost because I hadn't left my office, and when I tell her that, she goes pale. And she says, "You weren't just in the pantry?" and yelled, "Knock, knock?" I say, "No, how could I have been there when you have the key?" She walks out. 10 minutes later, I hear her talking, so I go down to her office, and she's down on her knees praying to Punjabi. At 6 a.m., the chef and the handyman clock in, ask how was our night, and I jokingly say, "Casper scared Nurse J in the pantry," and the chef says, "Oh, that's Kay. If it was in the pantry." I'm like, what the hell? He then goes on to say he's worked here for 15 years, and it used to be a retirement home, so lots of residents passed away here. He named off certain residents and where their ghost has been, saying they've always been kind, not malicious types, hauntings, etc. Nurse J put in her 2-week notice and is no longer here. I hear footsteps, lights flickering, and fireplaces randomly come on, but I haven't had anything actually speak to me like Nurse J though. My pay is significantly higher than average, and my supervisor says it's because he can't keep a night shift staffed. I think it's because it's haunted, and my pay is too good to scare me away. That's an interesting anecdote, huh? Could you imagine? Kay was just vibing, yeah. Kay was just like, "Boo, knock, knock, ooh," just like vibing out in the pantry. And Nurse J was freaking out for no reason. Let Kay have some snacks, man. Let Kay have like some goldfish crackers or something, you know? Come on. Who is Vibes and why are they ruining you right now? I got a shotgun. That's a good one. I like that. A rather odd childhood experience. These are just anecdotes. They're kind of written with like less grammar, like a lot more grammar mistakes. So I've had to like figure this out. You guys know I have my own ghost story actually. from when I was a kid. I'm going to share that right now because I actually think it's a kind of weird story, but when I was but a boy. Do I even need to have the Reddit thing up for this? You know what? Yeah, it has true scary stories up there. So this is my true scary story, okay? When I was a boy, I believe I was somewhere around 7 years old, which would put me in the second grade. One night, I had woken up in the middle of the night because as a child, I was, and this is a true story, a frequent bedwetter. I've gotten over that issue, obviously. Don't make any assertions, please. It was actually a pretty big issue when I was a kid. We're done with that now. So I had to teach myself when to get up in the middle of the night. I would wake myself up to use the bathroom. And in the second grade, I woke up in the middle of the night, somewhere around 1 a.m. I got up, opened my door. Okay, bedwetter. Okay, all right, Cap. I got up in the middle of the night. I opened my door, and outside of my room, I see 2 glowing figures. They were kind of a wispy white aura hovering. One was very tall compared to me, almost as tall as the bathroom door, which is probably about 7 feet up, somewhere around there. The other weird wispy shape was closer to my height, but a little taller than me. I saw those figures, and I wasn't scared, but I was very intrigued. My first instinct when I was a kid was to chase after them, to get a closer look, scare them away. I'm not sure. I don't remember. But one of the apparitions ran into my parents' room. I opened the door, saw it run to their closet, their walk-in closet, and I peeked around the corner and it disappeared. I turn around and the other one is gone. I chased the smaller one into my parents' room, and the taller one ran towards a window that's at the end of the hallway upstairs in my home, and it disappeared. And after that, I went on about my night like nothing happened. I used the bathroom, went back to sleep, got up the next day, and it was done. But I do have a ghost story. That is my ghost story from when I was a kid, and I have never seen anything like it ever again. So personally, I chalk that up to childhood imagination, but who knows? A lot of people have ghost stories, so I don't know. That toilet looks real in dreams. I've peed in once too many times. You're not wrong, especially when I was a kid, man. Dude, I saw toilets in my dreams and I was like, that's a real toilet. That's a real toilet right there. But another story I can give, since we're on the true scary stories part of this. When I was about 12, 13, somewhere around that age, I had sleep paralysis, not once, but twice in the same night. I got up, or I didn't get up, but I woke up in the middle of the night. I think this time it was around 2 a.m., somewhere around that time. And I was sleeping on my stomach with my head like sideways on my pillow. And I remember looking around and trying to move my body, but I couldn't move. And I specifically remember feeling a very heavy pressure on my back, like something was holding me down, and I felt like I was trying to move as hard as I could, but I couldn't push myself up. And after, I don't know how long, honestly, but a few minutes of stress, anxiety, I pushed myself out of it the first time, and I turned on my TV, rolled over, started sleeping on my back, and I just thought, man, that was weird. So I passed it off like nothing happened. The second time it happened in the same night, I was on my back this time, and that time was a lot scarier because when I woke back up, I looked off to the side and I saw a figure of I guess people call it the hag, which was a kind of shadow figure shaped like a woman with disheveled hair. Because the weird thing about sleep paralysis and seeing shadows during sleep paralysis is that a few people recount sharing the same figures during their sleep paralysis experience. That was me. That was me. I'm sorry. Oh shoot! What the hell? What were you doing in my life dream? What? I woke up and saw you in the corner. You reached your hand over, pressed me down on the bed. That was you. Yeah. I looked over, I couldn't move, and I saw the woman's hand kind of reach over at me, and there was a weird shadow that inched across like the ground, like it was honestly like a horror movie scenario, and the hand pressed down on my body, on my torso, and I was so scared. That is the most scared I remember being in my life in that moment, leading up till now. The one thing about sleep paralysis is that when you're in it, it feels terrifying, because I had no idea what was happening, and all I knew was that I was in danger and I couldn't move. So I was freaking out, being held down, and I don't know how. I don't know how I managed to break myself out of it, but I did wake up completely, and at that point, the figure was gone. I looked over at the wall. There was just shadows there, but there was no figure, and I just stayed up at that point. I did not go back to sleep because I did not want that to happen again, and I stayed up until I just passed out. So that's my sleep paralysis experience for anyone who's curious. I don't know if anyone else has any sleep paralysis stories or ghost stories, but that's my personal experience. And it was a pretty wild time, certainly. Ooh, let's read some more of these, huh? Should I go to r/scary stories? I shared my own true scary stories because I felt like it was good. Let's do r/scary stories. Let's read this first one with a boyfriend. I want to read this one. What the? Okay. Something's terribly wrong with my boyfriend. This is like one thing here. Sleep paralysis is so fascinating, but yeah, it do be rough. Yeah, I think it's fascinating. Now that I don't experience it, I think it's more fascinating. Back when it happened to me, I was obviously like, I never want to experience that again. But I think it's a very interesting phenomena because it's like your brain is awake but doesn't quite wake up fully. And there's something about the human brain, I guess, that just makes people see similar shapes, like humanoid shapes, when they're in the sleep paralysis state, which I think is so cool. It's another thing about like ghost stories too, and like seeing figures. Like, the human brain is very different and unique according to like from like person to person. But then there's like these little quirks that make everyone kind of the same, which is weirdly cool. You know, in like an instance like that, it's kind of cool because people can relate on situations like this. Have you ever had sleep paralysis before, Lappy or Gab? I'm curious. You know, I'm very curious actually. I know a lot about. Well, I don't know a lot about it, but I know a lot of. I've looked into things like that before, just because I was so fascinated with like paranormal things at some point in my life. Yeah. I have not actually. Oh, interesting. Oh yeah, it's common for me. Really? Me and my demon chill now. You know what? I'm glad you guys sorted it out. Your demon probably should pay rent, but I'm glad you guys sorted it out. I'm glad you're chill. But yeah, no, I get that. I get that. At least you have at least you're like cool with it. Well, cool with it. You've learned how to manage it. I assume for yourself. Because I mean, what can you do if you have like chronic sleep paralysis? You know, I don't know how it starts happening, but I have no idea like what causes sleep paralysis. Like if you obviously don't have like a chronic issue with it, but yeah. Could you imagine if I like kept like a dream journal or something and then I like forced myself to have sleep paralysis just to see what it's like again? That'd be nuts. I would not do that to myself. Would not do that to myself. All right, let's read this story. Let's read this. Oop. My sleep schedule is already fucked up, but I don't have sleep paralysis as my reason for that necessarily. Or like, I just have a hard time falling asleep. I just have insomnia, which is different from anxiety. It's not from anything else. Update. Something's terribly wrong with my boyfriend. So we landed in North Carolina. After our flight, my boyfriend was confused about where we were. So I explained that this is where I live, and he lives somewhere a little further. I was unpacking, and he went to go look around. I said, before we live 2 hours before, hold on, I need to look at this right now. As I said before, we live 2 hours away. I'm the dumb one for reading that badly. As I said before, we live 2 hours away, but we agreed for him to stay with me for a few days after our trip to spend some time alone together. My boyfriend said that he was hungry, and that would make sense. We just got off a long flight, and I was hungry too. So I went to make us some food. I was making a salad and some burgers. I set the table, and we sat down to eat. I was shocked when he grabbed a burger. He's been vegan for his whole life. It's a part of his culture. I told him to stop eating it, and he got upset with me. The more I looked at him, the more differences I noticed. So I asked him how Mars and Max are. Both of them are his dogs. He answered with a statement that sounded like a question. He said, "My siblings?" He's an only child. For reference, he's 5'11", 190 pounds, has pearly blue eyes and short dark hair with tan skin. He looks pale in comparison to before the trip. His eyes are darker, his hair is lighter, and he seems taller. Does anyone know what's happening to my boyfriend? I'll give you guys an update if anything else happens, and any advice is very appreciated. Ooh. I like how there's actually people answering, by the way, below. It's like, I'm not a professional, but it seems like something's not right. I love people playing along. Oh, that's good. Also, Prince of Persia has a free demo, everyone. That's terrifying. Ubisoft games. Whoa, it's terrifying. My crush wouldn't answer me. My husband has a towel on his face. That one seems intriguing. I'm actually interested in that one. Guys, before I do this, oh my god, this is... Oh my god, this is so long. But we're gonna read it. That's what we're here for. We're here to read these stories, so this better be a good one. It's made by Nom 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 Nation. But yeah, before I read this one, I have to pee, so I'll be back. Okay, I'll be back. I'm gonna shoot it to the BRB screen. I'll be back in like a minute, like 2 minutes. So grab a snack, grab some water, because there are more scary stories coming up. I have a little bit over 30 minutes left, so we got time. We got time. Me for real, Nom 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 Nation. All right, let me find some cozy music to play while I'm gone. And then we will continue. I probably should play some more spooky type music, but whatever. BRB, everyone. Okay. I'm literally back already, by the way. Hello. I'm like literally here again. It did not take very long to go pee. So I'm here. You guys ready for more scary stories? Because I'm back. Let me find a different scary music playlist, actually, because this one... Excuse you? Dang. Why are you doing that? The look I just gave at the camera, dude. I guess I should probably look it up on YouTube. So let me do that, because I feel like some of the spooky music we've had on here is not good enough. So, oh, there's dark ambient music for writing. That sounds good. We could do that. Well, there was an ad that played for a second. Okay. Oh, this is good. This is good. This is for D&D apparently, but this is good. I can appreciate this one. Sick. All right. New music unlocked, everyone. All right. Let's go. Let's keep going. My husband has a towel on his face. This could end great. Hurry up in the shower. We have to leave soon. I yelled towards the bathroom at my husband. Every year, at the same point in the days leading up to Christmas, our families get together. We were already making bad timing when he realized he needed a shower. I had misplaced my earrings, paranoid about making us even later. As I walked past the bathroom, I noticed the door wide open. My husband stood there, still naked from having recently departed the shower. He had draped a pastel orange towel over his head, one that I didn't know we owned. It didn't cross my mind at the time, just a fleeting thought. He swayed gently from side to side, like a swinging pendulum. I giggled. Stop being silly. You know we're running late. Have you seen my earrings? Immediately, upon entering the bedroom, I spotted them gently glistening on the bedside table. Relieved, I yelled again. Never mind, found them. As I put the first in, my gaze fell directly ahead of me at the painting of a lighthouse hung on our bedroom wall. My husband was never a stranger to local markets. He almost had a talent for buying the strangest items. I've grown used to it, but this painting always stood out to me as a bizarre purchase. Meow. Yo, what's up? How's it going? How's it going, Micah? How you doing? My husband was never a stranger to local markets. He almost had a talent for buying the strangest items. I've grown used to it.
Hi.
But this painting always stood out to me as a bizarre purchase. The lighthouse stands as the subject, with a series of indistinct colorful blobs painted around the bottom. A crowd of nondescript people I had always assumed. On the frame, at the bottom, a title or note or quote of some kind had been etched in. The Jolly Good Fellows. Why is this soothing? Oh, well, if it's soothing, then I guess I'm doing my job correctly. Does everyone feel that way? Because I'm glad I'm doing a good job at reading, because I mean, I've been told I have a nice voice for reading stories, but I never really believe everyone completely who says that. But, you know, you do? Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. I never really, paid attention to it. You have a lovely voice. Oh, you're too kind. Too kind. Thank you so much. My trail of thought was cut short as I failed to get the second earring in. I had stabbed myself slightly and began to head to the bathroom for the assistance of the mirror. He was still standing there, swaying. Honey, we really need to go soon. Please get ready. I approached the mirror, seeing no blood. I breathed a sigh of relief and put the second earring in. The whole time, from the corner of my eye, I could still see him swaying. The towel blocked any view of his head. My patience was wearing thin. Had he even sorted his clothes out yet? I approached the mirror, seeing no blood. I breathed a sigh of relief. Wait. Why do I make this mistake? Go down. The mirror. Oh, the mirror. Honey, come on. I spoke as I lifted the towel from his face. Peering under, I expected to see him smile.
Damn, looking kind of thick walking down these halls.
You talking about the lady, the guy swaying, or me? Which one are you talking about? Peering under, I expected to see him smiling, acting playfully. I felt a little bad, but being ever aware of the ticking clock, sometimes I have to remind him to have urgency, even when he's just playing around. His eyes were wide, his face motionless. He stared forward as though there wasn't a wall of a few feet from his face. Like he was looking just a little past everything. He stopped swaying as the towel was removed, but he remained in this state. I gently held his hand. Come with me, let's sit down. I knew something was wrong. As I guided him to the bed and sat him down, his arm felt limp, as though his muscles were void of any connection to the brain. All three. Also, did that make you jump? Slightly made me jump. Let's get you some clothes, okay? We can talk about what's wrong. I tried to speak calmly as I turned around and searched through the wardrobe. I began asking questions, trying to take his mind off of things. My mind, whilst still aware of the time, was now more focused on my husband's well-being. Noticing a lack of answers or responses, I turned back to face him. Have you ever jumped at the lack of something? Usually we jump at the sudden presence of something we were not expecting. Perhaps the sudden movement of an object we thought would remain motionless. But when I saw my husband wasn't behind me, my body jolted slightly. I hadn't heard him move or felt him walk past me. I expected him to still be on the bed. The lack thereof was enough to shock me. Enough of a shift to shock me. Honey? I yelled slightly, wondering where he was. I walked past the bathroom. There he was, orange towel draped over his head, swaying gently at the same rhythm as before. If you don't respond to me, I'm calling an ambulance. I needed a quick answer. My mind jumped straight to some form of brain injury, perhaps from falling over in the shower. I knew that acting fast is the only chance you have to minimize damage. He didn't answer. I removed the towel from his head as I dialed emergency services. Again, he stopped swaying. As I explained everything to them, I watched as he knelt down, picked the towel back up, and draped it back over his head. The swaying continued thereafter. Oh, sorry. Don't be sorry. Paramedics arrived shortly. He put up no fight and allowed them to escort him to the ambulance in a wheelchair. I kept asking questions about whether he'd be okay. They had to keep assuring me that whilst the hospital would do everything they could, they had no information to go off of. My racing mind looked past this and continued to ask similar questions regardless. He kept trying to stand up whilst en route to the hospital, yet would be compliant when gently pushed back down. As long as someone was guiding him, he would follow. When this stopped, would he try to move? The same had happened back home. He only got up and left once. I had sat him down and let go of him. Through the sound of sirens wailing overhead, the bumps of the ambulance's journey, and trying to hold back my tears, I could hear a familiar tune. My husband, showing almost no other signs of activity, was gently humming I leaned in to get a better listen. It was a very low tone, and each note seemed to begin as a hum, yet end as more of a raspy breath. Each one seemed to continue for slightly longer than they were supposed to, but I recognized this tune. He was humming, "For he's a jolly good fellow." Arriving at the hospital felt like a blur. Everyone knew exactly where they were going. I was following along, completely lost in this maze of signs and painted lines intended to guide. We had left the ambulance and arrived at his assigned bed before I could process what was happening. Okay, I've lost my place for a second because I looked away. As soon as he was laid down, the confusing blur continued. "Ma'am, could we borrow you in the next room? We just need to fill out some paperwork." "Not until I know if my husband is okay," I snapped. "We understand, but the best chance of survival is if we understand everything. This paperwork will take care of some of that." I was assured that a doctor would be in the room shortly and that my husband was in good hands. I shouldn't have listened. They certainly didn't. He explained that he kept trying to get up and walk about, but they clearly misunderstood. Or underestimated. I mean, I guess both work in this case, huh? I hadn't even helped the lady fill out my husband's personal information, but we were informed that he was missing. "He can't be far. Keep an eye on all the entrances." The staff spoke to each other urgently. I was asked to remain calm and continue helping with the paperwork, but I refused. I attempted to run around the hospital to join the search, but was quickly told that I don't have the authority to be wandering around alone. I hardly cared. My husband was the only thing on my mind, but I didn't want to be escorted out and risk not seeing him at all when he's found. I can fall asleep to this. I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad it's working. I took my efforts outside the hospital. I looked around the parking area and then the nearby streets. After an hour and a half, I was still wandering, and no word from the hospital of any findings in the building. I began to walk home, hoping that somehow he had remembered the way. It was a 20-minute walk. I could not imagine that he had survived in this state, let alone managed to correctly identify the entire journey home, but it was worth a shot. I arrived to find our front door smashed. No glass on the pavement below told me that somebody had broken in. Perhaps I should have been more cautious, but I just wanted to know if my husband was inside. My hand shook as I struggled to get the key into the lock. Once I did, I turned the handle and ran inside. I don't think I even closed the door behind me. "Honey, are you here?" I don't know if I was surprised to see what I saw or whether I expected this. There he was, in the bathroom, orange towel draped over his head, swaying gently. This time, a pool of blood collected on the tiled floor below, dripping from his right arm. Cuts on his legs and torso told the full story. He had no concept of pain. He smashed the window to get in, to get back to this exact spot. The injuries meant nothing to him. For whatever reason, his mind was focused only on anchoring itself in that bathroom, under the gentle weight of a towel. Crying, I approached him and lifted the towel slightly. I hardly even noticed the blood soaked into it. His eyes were red. Had he even blinked since this began? The humming continued. I should have contacted emergency services immediately, but instead, I just stood there. I stared into his eyes, pretending he was staring back into mine. I wanted him back. Gently, he lifted an arm and pulled the towel back down over his face. I don't know how long I stood there sobbing. "Please, talk to me. I love you." The gentle humming would have been comforting, but the slight inconsistency of the rhythm was a subtle reminder that my husband had no awareness. I thought back to all of our recent conversations. Everything we've done together lately. He's had a fascination with the ocean. I could never understand it. A horizon swallowed by the forever swaying and crashing of waves never appealed to me. He used to tell me all sorts of facts. One that particularly disturbed me was an old tradition of placing a towel over the faces of sailors who had passed whilst at sea. Once back on the shore, he'd place a towel over their face as he waited for somebody to arrive with help or a hearse. Curiosity having a moment of breakthrough. As I grieved my still living husband, I went into the bedroom. I took a closer look at the painting, the blobs at the bottom of the lighthouse. I'd always assumed them to be nondescript people with little detail added, though I had never understood why the blobs were so colorful. Only then did I realize they were not a crowd gathering at the bottom of the lighthouse. They were dozens of bodies laid out on the shore. Pastel-colored towels were draped over their faces. Perhaps my husband is there now, forever visiting the lighthouse, staring into the horizon as it's swallowed by the ocean. Wow, that was actually really well written. I actually really liked that. That was super good. I need to light clap for that one. That was pretty solid. Get a little snaps like it's poetry. I like that one. Good. Glad it's working. Yeah, he did not get drugged. He was in a trance, I guess. I guess he was already dead? That's so interesting. I like the, that was terrifying, yeah. I like the, like, mysterious nature of the story. It's so good, actually. I really like that one. I'm a huge fan of that one. Man, only 92 upvotes? They get those numbers up, dude. That was good. That was solid. All right, what time is it? 6:36? Okay. What the? What? Micah? What the? Micah, did you, what the? Did subscribe at a tier 1? Thank you for the prime. Wow. Didn't expect that, meow. Thank you so much. I'm honored. I'm very honored by that. Thank you so much. Thank you for thinking I deserve that. Okay. Okay, so I have some time left, so we got time for a few more stories. Like I said, it's gonna be like 2 hours, and then I'll be gone because I have a D&D session literally at 7 o'clock, which is in like 20 minutes. So I don't have much time left, but I'll be there. Ooh, D&D, yup. I DM actually, in fact. So that's why I have to be cordial. I have to be there. Well, I guess they technically can't start without me, so you know. But yeah, we have to start on time. Normally my D&D sessions are tomorrow, but this one is today, because we had to switch days, or else I'd be doing this a bit longer. But he got do not disturb soon. Yeah, I do have to go soon. But for now, we're good. We're good now. We're good. So what story should we read next, everyone? We got a few in here, so let's read some more, shall we? There is My Crush Wouldn't Answer Me, The Camera. The Camera might be cool. This might be a good one. Let's do this one. I'm kind of digging the scary stories one now, because that was a fairly solid one. Oh, this is a very short one. Okay, sick. Not a creepy one. I think they're all going to be a little creepy. I think so. The Camera, made by French Fries. I was making tea on a dark, cloudy Tuesday. Someone knocked on my door, so I opened it. There was a young-looking man. He asked if he could borrow my charger, as he was lost and his phone died, and it was pouring rain outside. I let him inside, gave him one of my spare chargers, and gave him a cup of tea. He thanked me, and we started up a conversation. I asked what he wanted to be when he grew up. He said he wanted to be a cameraman for a horror movie. I said, well, that was interesting. He continued to talk about that topic and said, well, I don't want it to be a fake horror movie with fake blood and fake knives. I want it to be real blood, real screaming, and an actual cry. I started to get creeped out, so I finished my tea and waited for the conversation to be over. I then started paying attention to his shirt, dirty looking, with some mud on the sides and a little bit of red. I didn't want to stay too long to find out what that red was, but I noticed another little red thing. It was coming out of his shirt pocket. It was a camera filming me. Okay, murderous teenager. By the way, guys, you guys can make healthy meals today. No, I'm kidding. I just went back to the ad. The ads truly are the scariest part of this situation. Also, there's another jet flying above me right now, but don't mind that, everyone. Don't mind that. We can do my crush wouldn't answer me. This one seems fine. Let's see the notes on it. This was good, someone said, so I'll trust it. Made by Acid Honey on here. Jet flew over 3 times. Nice. I just punched my microphone. I'm so sorry, everyone. You do not deserve that kind of abuse. I am so sorry. Anyway, here we are. We're back. My crush wouldn't answer me. The first time I saw her was accidental, I swear. I was taking a walk through the neighborhood behind mine, feeling glum about my most recent lady friend making a rapid and unexplained exit from my life. Boy, can we all relate to that. No, I'm kidding. When I just happened to look up into her window, she was freshly out of the shower, judging from her towel wrapped hair, and must have forgotten to shut her drapes. I was immediately smitten. I knew nothing about her, not even her hair color, but she was beautiful. And hey, why not shoot your shot? I left a note on her door later that night. Hey, I saw you last night after your shower. You're beautiful. Maybe next time you should remember your windows, though. But I wouldn't mind seeing you again. Smiley face. I nervously scribbled my phone number at the bottom and signed my name. Then I scurried home, eager to await our newfound acquaintanceship. I've never seen someone spell that like that, dude. I didn't hear from her at all, sadly, but she understandably must be busy. Strong woman accomplishing so much. She must be a busy, strong woman accomplishing so much. And she don't need no man like you, alright? Amen. The next night, I just happened to be walking the same street. I just happened to look up at her window again. This time, the drapes were shut. I was bummed. For a moment, she listened. She listened to me and heard me out. What a refreshing change. I left another note. I see you took my advice. It's nice to meet a girl who can take constructive criticism. I bet you could take even more than that. I hope to see you again soon. Smiley face. I made it about halfway home before realizing the unintended innuendo in my note. I blushed and debated going back to write a new one. But honestly, if it worked, who was I to stop fate? I once again awaited a reply that never came. Poor girl is so busy, living her glamorous life, doing glamorous things. Oh, how I wanted to be a part of that life. How I wanted to see her wear her fabulous dresses, taste her delicious cooking, feel her soft, warm skin against mine in our bed. Honestly, I would have taken anything she wanted to give me. Even just telling her how beautiful telling me her beautiful name. Okay. The next 10 nights were much the same, with me growing more and more agitated at her lack of response. She was reading my notes. They were gone by the next morning. And taking my gifts, flowers, teddy bears, candy, an expensive necklace, even money. But so far, no note in reply. I had tried every trick I knew of with women, and nothing. Have you tried not writing creepy notes? Man, that might be something. You're home? Yo, what's up, Dan? Women? Yes, women. Ugh, I was so confused until I realized she wanted me to visit her. Nervous beyond belief, I rang her doorbell. Dressed in my finest suit and holding a beautiful bouquet of roses, no one answered. So I figured she must...
looking kind of thick walking down these
That
halls.
scared the hell out of me. Hey, Magic Seaweed, how you doing? No one answered, so I figured she must not be home. It's strange, though. I swear I heard footsteps through the door. I stood there for a mere 20 minutes listening for any sounds inside, but decided she must not be home. Disappointed, I left the roses at her door, along with this night's new note. You slinky minx. You've got me on my toes for sure. But I'm getting tired of games. You better reach out to me. Or else. Smiley face. I just know she'll appreciate a little joke to brighten her night. I awoke the next morning and my heart flipped in my chest. I had a text message from an unknown number. I nearly tore my phone in two in my haste to read it. But the longer I read, the less excited I felt. It started out great, with her addressing me by name, but then phrases such as cease and desist, and law enforcement, and no further contact, all jumbled together in one long paragraph. I felt uneasy. I know it's a joke. My exes used to tell similar ones, but it didn't feel very funny. I decided I needed to get to the bottom of this straight away. To clear any misunderstanding, I beelined for our door and knocked loudly, shouting for her to please open up and talk to me. I thought for a few moments I heard a voice somewhere inside, but I couldn't be sure. I knocked and begged her to come out. When behind me, I heard a door slam. I turned to see a squad car parked in the driveway and an officer slowly approaching. How weird. Why are the police here? I thought. Then a startling realization hit me. Was she not answering because she was somehow in danger? Unaware guy. Unaware creepo guy, huh? Ooh, dude. Yo, what's up, Dan and Magic Seaweed? He said, hey, for spooking me. That's fair. That's a good one, too. I like that. Something's terribly wrong with my boyfriend. That's a fair one, too. We could read this one. How much time do I have left? Oh, I have time for one more story. One more story, everyone. And then I gotta skedaddle. Then I'll be back maybe tomorrow. I don't have D&D tomorrow, so I could come back tomorrow. If you guys either want more scary stories or want something else, I can maybe come back tomorrow. But the next scheduled stream is Saturday for me. Let's keep going. This will be our final story, like I said, everyone. So here we go. I, Allison Montera, 23-year-old female. Hey, that's how old I am. What the hell? Live alone with my cats. I have a boyfriend who visits me every week, who we'll call David. He lives in a nearby town, which is 2 hours away from me. I work a typical 9-to-5 job in an office. North Carolina seems kind of boring in my opinion. I decided to save up some money for me and my boyfriend so we can go on a week-long trip to Hawaii. I told him about my idea. He refused to let me pay, so we decided to split the costs. We decided to get an aeroplane. To get aeroplane tickets. We got economy class, but we didn't want to spend that much money on plane tickets. After we arrived in Hawaii, we were very excited. This was our first week-long vacation together. We booked a nice hotel for cheap. The room interior was very professional. Overall, we loved the look of it. The first few nights seemed normal. We did touristy things like walking on the beach, eating local delicacies, visiting local tourist spots, and lots more. But something in my heart tells me that David is no longer with me, although I can see him standing at the living room. It was my birthday yesterday. I told him if we were going to be doing anything special. He looked at me in my eyes and said, "Why, something important happening?" He had perfect blue eyes a few days ago. Now he has deep brown eyes. I don't like that sentence. This all started when he went on a walk by himself when I was sleeping. I was very confused on how he forgot my birthday. He never forgets special occasions. He's very excited to go to New Jersey. He thinks we're from there, but we've never been there before. Every time I look at him, I feel empty, like a piece of me is gone. But maybe it's just him that's gone. This morning, I woke up to him gone, and we have a flight in 2 hours. Do I leave him, or do I take him with me? I don't think he's my boyfriend anymore. I'll give you guys an update when we go back home. Ooh, New Jersey Nation rise. Freaks are from Jersey. Damn. Called out Jersey like that. That was an interesting one too, honestly. Interesting. I love these stories. These are good. Excited to go to New Jersey? Yeah, he might be gone. Damn, everyone roasting Jersey. They're the Florida of the North. Sorry, Gab. You're the only person that likes New Jersey. I apologize. You know, people in Jersey partially like Jersey. So I guess you're just, it's just fair. You know what? I have enough time. Let's do one more. That one felt short, so we'll do another one. And then I have to skedaddle on out of here. New Jersey is all I got, brother. Fair. I mean, I lived in Virginia my whole life, so what can I say, Which one should I read? Should I just scroll down and let you guys pick something out for me? Something is terribly wrong with my neighborhood. My cousin didn't want me saving my brother from drowning. Maybe it was for a good reason? I love how it starts off with, I was like 15 or some shit. I want to wake up. There's an ad. My mother died in a strange way. I need help. If you're reading this, I'm already dead. Stay the fuck out of the deep ocean. Interesting. Short NOG stream? Yeah. Unfortunately, it's because I have D&D after, or else I would keep going, but who's in my bed is one too. I discovered something horrifying about my middle school. Should we end on like a goofy one and just do the my cousin didn't want me to save my brother from drowning, and maybe it was for a good reason? Because the way it starts sounds so goofy. It sounds so goofy. But let's do this. Let's do this. I'm curious what this one is like, just because it seems so wacky. Affectionate Bar 5743 wrote this one. My cousin didn't want me saving my brother from drowning. Maybe it was for a good reason. It was a long time ago. I was like 15 or some shit. We were visiting my cousins who had a large land and a huge body of water. I remember always playing in it with my cousin, Damien. Damien was 17, and we immediately caught up once we saw each other. Our little vacation was great for about 2 days into the trip. Me and Damien were supposed to take my 7-year-old little twin brothers out to the lake they owned, but Damien had to grab his shoes. And one of my brothers said that he would already be at the lake. So it was just me walking my 7-year-old brother. About halfway to the lake, I saw something floating in the lake. I thought it was just some log or something. As I got closer, it looked even less like a log. Eventually, I got to a distance where I realized it was my other brother. He was floating on his stomach. Shit, was he drowning? I thought. I know sometimes he liked to float like that in the pool when we go during the summer. But just to make sure, I yelled his name. No response. I jumped in and started swimming towards him. I could feel something slimy brush up on my foot. Suddenly, something yanked my hair. It pulled me out of the water. It was Damien. Don't do that. I was confused for a second. Why would Damien not want me to save my brother? It would get you. I looked at my foot and there was a large rash. Let's get you cream for that. Why wouldn't he want me to save him? I asked myself as Damien walked me up to the house. Maybe it was that he wasn't wearing the same thing from what he was wearing in the lake? We walked inside and I saw my brother sitting on the couch, the same one that was in the lake. I thought he drowned. How would he even get up there before us? He's pretty energetic, but that would be a steep hill to run up. We didn't even see him run past. Then my brother said the most horrifying thing. Mom said I have to wait 20 minutes before swimming because I ate pizza. I love how the first comment, by the way, on this one is this chat post or not? This is such a stupid story, dude. What the hell is this story? Why is stream avatars $14.99? Is it $14.99? What the heck? Bro slimed up the whole pool. I guess so. That was a really dumb story, but nothing against the creator of the story, but could have cooked it a little bit longer. A little bit. But unfortunately, everyone, I have to end stream because I have D&D in like 4 minutes. Sorry, but that is how it is right now. But that was very fun. It was very fun for me, and I hope all of you had fun as well. Let me go to my regular just chatting screen before I do my little outro here. Let me just do this. Woo! I'm still very not here right now. Hold on. First off, fix the mic. Let me do that. There we go. Can add these stories to your D&D campaign. Dude, honestly, I've had horror D&D stuff before. And it's actually always fun to do that, I think. It's always fun to have like horror scenarios because there's like monsters where you can like you can have like puppet monsters and shit and like weird slimes and like demons. Obviously that's a thing. There's a lot of ghosts in D&D too, so oh, okay, now you guys can see me for how I truly look. Hi, hey, thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you, Lappy, for the follow. I was literally watching you play Darkest Dungeon too. It's so funny. Funny to see you here, but yeah, thank you to everyone who joined me today. This was actually very fun, and honestly, I should probably do more of this since it seems like you guys all enjoy this. I don't know. I'm not confident in my reading ability sometimes, but the more I do it, the better I'll get, right? So maybe I should just keep doing it. Then it'll make me feel great when I actually can master the craft, you know? Also, let me pause the spooky music, dude. Jesus. Too much. Okay. Thank you for the reading. It was great. Oh, thank you so much. You know, I figured I would do it as like a test. I'm late. Hey, Rin. Because, you know, people said and honestly, I might follow through with the idea. I guess I'll say this since I'm about to end stream, but I'm thinking about opening up a horror narration YouTube channel or just a horror YouTube channel in general because I have a YouTube channel for like gaming stuff and I play horror games on there, but and obviously stream. But I thought about making a YouTube channel where I read scary stories and stuff, but I don't know. I mean, I guess I can do it. This is proof that I should do it, huh? But yes. Thank you all for being here so much. It really means a lot to me, all the support today. Thank you, Lappy, for the follow. Thank you, Jillian Jollybean, for the raid earlier for the tier 1. And thank you, Micah, for the tier 1 as well. Thank you guys so much for being here, for joining me in this very short stream. I promise it will not be short next time. I hope. And I will probably do one of these reading videos again. Or reading videos, oh my god, reading streams sometime soon. This is not pre-recorded. Because it was awesome. It was awesome. So let me do some plug-in stuff here. Hey, we got other NOG streamers. Stoa Bunny, Mushimisu, Lena Wormcoin, Dan the Moot Man. 2 of them were in chat, so check them out. Stoa Bunny literally came in at the end of stream. I have a Twitter. I always tweet when I go live. Tweet out a bunch of stuff, clips, memes, and art that are made by you, which you can send through the Discord or through Twitter, honestly. But in the Discord, you can send all those clips, memes, and art. You can also hang out and chat if you want to. If you don't feel like chatting, if you just want to be there, you can wait for stream notifications or YouTube video notifications, which leads me to my next plug here. Hey, YouTube, I can't spell, so thank you to my hands for that. But hey, I have a YouTube channel. If you're on YouTube, you could literally like the stream right now. I never ask for likes or subscriptions really during a YouTube video, but I always do it at the end. So why not go over to the YouTube channel and subscribe? Why not do that to support me? Next up, check out Nogcast, a podcast I'm on along with 3 really lovely hosts, Shawnee, Mike, and Angela, who would all also love for you to check it out. And last but certainly not least, I made some shirts, or I made one shirt, but you know, you can go over to the second link to see shirts. I'm actually wearing one right now. Got a neon sign design on it. I made it like a long time ago, and I should probably do more, but you know, hell yeah, yell yeah, yell yeah. And you know what? At the end, I'm going to give a special shout out to Hashino Laplace in chat because she is great and so funny to watch. So I'm going to give you a special shout out. Okay. Check her out. Last seen playing Grand Blue Fantasy. Thank you. Honestly, you deserve it. You really do. Because I've seen you on that grind for so long now on YouTube and Twitch, doing 2 completely different separate styles of games. And it's always awesome to see. I mean, I want to support you. So thank you so much for the content you make as well. So with that, I'm gonna head out. I'm gonna chill. Yeah, feel free to talk to me if you guys want to, you know, later. I don't think I have anyone on my follow list that is live right now. I mean, there's someone, yeah, I don't think I have anyone who's live right now. So you know what? I guess I'll just end stream because unless anyone has someone they want me to raid, but other than that, you know, I'm just chilling here. We on the grind for real. This is our year. Dude, this is definitely our year, 100%. You're killing it. I'm gonna be killing it, all right? I'm gonna be killing it. So far, so good, right? Bye-bye. Thank you for the stream. Thank you for being here. I'll just end stream. But thank you guys so much for joining me, all right? And I will head out. Let me play some music at the end here. I'll play this. Be a funny song to end on. My name's Julian, and it's been ever, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Enjoy D&D? I will. Talk to you guys next time. Bye-bye. See you, everyone.